What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction. We can't rebuild anything for a while, so we're just going to do things like have cars painted, or I don't know what we're going to do. Today, we are going to send the 1980 something Mercury Cougar down to Maaco for a fresh paint job. Now, I haven't told you what color I was going to paint it. I'm not sure I'm going to. I might make you wait for it. Not to worry, this won't be a very long video. It's just a paint job. But first, what we got to do is get out there and get it fired up. Hopefully it runs. Get it on the trailer. Get it strapped down. Get it over to Maaco. And then we get to see how much Paul is going to charge us to paint the car. When it comes back, I'm sure it's not going to ever be a perfect show quality car. I never go for that. I get a lot of people that they seem to get upset about it. Like, why didn't you do this or do that? And it's like, these are cheap cars. These are budget-friendly cars. Budget-friendly, meaning it's something you could do and he can do and she can do. Everybody, you know, can do this type of stuff. We're not trying to spend $5,000 to make an $800 car look nice. It doesn't, the math doesn't quite add up for me. So the goal is budget-friendly. So let's get this thing loaded up. But first, you know what? Let's see if this old Honda wants to fire up. It's been sitting here for quite a while, and it is carbureted. I'm curious to see if she wants to run. Then we'll go see if we can fire up that old Cougar. Now, I honestly don't remember the year. I think this is a 1985, and it really has, I think, 62,000 original miles. No joke, it's got a clean Carfax, and it's really not a bad-looking car at all. She's decent on the inside. The outside is a different story, however. She's got hail damage, obviously. That's how that back window got knocked out. But I'll tell you something. For a car that we bought for nothing, like, I don't remember what it was, $200 or something like that, the thing only needed, what was it, a 10-cent fuse? A 10-cent blown fuse? She loves to run. Now, she hasn't been started in a long time, and it is carbureted, so we'll pump the gas. Bingo. Bingo. And this gives you an idea maybe of how long it's been sitting. All right, the last oil change date, 7/5 of 18 at 56,000 miles. So yeah, there it is. All the lights work in this thing, all of them, even the clock. I don't know if you can see the clock lighting up there, but the clock lights work, cruise control works. Like, what a beast. What a beast this thing is. I think the horn works too. Yeah, look at that. No smoke, except for under the hood. She smokes under the hood. She needs the valve cover gaskets replaced, or I should say valve cover gasket replaced, which is fine because I did buy it. I don't know where it is. I'll have to do some searching for it, but I did buy a valve cover gasket for it. I would assume it's lost. That's probably where it's at. It's probably lost. Anyway, there that is. There all this other stuff is. Let's go check on that Cougar, shall we? All right, well, here she is in all her glory. We're losing daylight here, so we're gonna have to kind of get moving on this. But remember, she needs window tint, she needs window regulators, she needs tires, she needs paint, and aside from that, it's really not bad. I think a fresh coat of paint is going to make this thing look like a whole new car. I'm going to try to drive this up on the trailer. Oh, I locked it? Look at me protecting the old girl. I wonder what the code is for the what the code is for the door here. Isn't it 7 and yeah, that locks it. It still works. The door thing works. So if you can find the code, and if I remember correctly, there's a box under here, under the column. I should have paid attention when I was out here last time and took this all apart. There is some kind of a control module that sits under here, and it should have the code to the door on it. I was gonna say, if we've got the book, we might be able to find it, but I'll bet she fires right up. Not a problem. Not a problem. I've got a lot of people trying to get this from me. A lot of people are wanting to get the Cougar from me, and I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know that I'm going to let this one go. I say that about everything, and then I sell everything. I know. It's not actually worth much of anything, and I've had several people tell me, nobody wants those old Cougars. They're ugly then, they're ugly now, they're junk. Well, I can tell you for sure that's not true. So if you're one of those people commenting that, yeah, you're wrong. You're wrong. I've got quite a few people that are already trying to get it from me. People are wanting to buy it as is right now. They don't want me to spend another dime on it. They want to just come get it. So, nope. People do love the old... this is still considered a fox body, is it not? I'm a little confused on that because I'm not a Mustang expert or anything, but I am a little confused since this basically is a fox body Mustang dressed up in a tuxedo. Is this considered a fox body? Oh boy. Okay, let's see how I did. Oh, I did bad. I did bad. I did real bad. I can already tell by how much room there is there that, nope, I am way too far on the other side, and I've got it way too close to the front, too. Oh, yeah, wow. Guys, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to do this one again. Oh, look who's here. Is that Roxy? That's Roxy. What's up, sweetheart? What's up, sweetheart? Aren't you a pretty girl? Now you be careful because I'm gonna be backing this thing up. You've been rolling in the dirt. Rolling in the dirt, haven't you, sweetie? Oh, the most beautiful dog in the world right there. Yeah, stay out of the way so you don't get hurt, okay? We're gonna have to try this again, guys. Let's set the camera up and we'll see if I can get it right the second time. I love this trailer, I really do. Ow, boy, this shoulder is killing me, man. All right, down we go. And there goes Roxy. Roxy wants no part of it. She wants no part of it. Let's see. Ooh, boy, oh boy. How's that looking? Hopefully that is a little better. Woo! I don't think that's any better, guys. Is that any better? No? Yes. I think that is a whole lot better. Still it's a little further to this side than it is that one, but it'll be okay. She's on the trailer. I may need to scoot her up just a smidge. I think I will. I'll scoot her forward just a hair. Let's throw the straps on her, and it'll be time to take her to the city. You know, to all the people that say that the TRX is just a toy and it can't work, and it's good for nothing other than playing, guys, you must not have ever owned one. That's all I'm going to say. People leaving those types of comments, you've never had one, because if you have, you wouldn't be saying those ridiculous things, man. Here we go. No, it's not putting in 3/4 ton or 1 ton truck work. It's not a 3/4 ton or a 1 ton. It's a 1/2 ton truck, but she can do 1/2 ton things all day long. No issues pulling these cars, dragging them from one place to another. We got this Cougar loaded up. I say it's time to get her on down to Maaco. What that means, though, is it's going to be tomorrow because the sun's going down tonight. We'll get on the road tomorrow. We will drop this bad boy off, and in the snap of a finger, she'll come back with a fresh coat of paint. All right, guys. Well, we're here. I brought the Cougar, and we are at Maaco off of I-240. You can call him up, call Paul, and talk to him if you want some paint work done. 405-632-8838. They're off of I-240 here on the south side of Oklahoma City. Real convenient, easy to get to. And if you tell them Randy from Auto Auction Rebuilds sent you, he's going to hook you up. They'll take good care of you. So here it is. Now let's go have a quick chat with Paul, and let's find out what he thinks it's going to cost to make this thing look good. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I was going to keep it this very same color. I've changed my mind. It's not going to be this color. So Yeah, some of you are going to get mad. Not to worry. I think you're going to like what's coming for this one. So let's go talk to Paul. We'll find out how much it's going to cost. We'll get it off the trailer, and they can get started putting a fresh paint job on this bad boy. All right, we just got done talking to Paul. He said $500 or $600, $500 or $600. They're going to paint it, and we're not keeping it the same color. So stay tuned. In the snap of a finger, we're going to come back, and it's going to look totally different. All right, let's see if she wants to fire up here. Oh, come on, girl. There she goes. All right. Hopefully this thing comes out looking real spiffy. Make sure we got nobody gonna run us over. E-brake. There we go. And down we go. Easy does it. There we go. Whew. These people flying up behind me, man, like they're gonna hit me. Oh, okay. Better watch out, because I'm coming. All right, guys, let's get this thing in a parking spot, and we'll be back when she's done. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We are back at Maaco. I told you, snap of a finger, man. They're quick. They got this thing done easily within about a week and a half. I'm really surprised. And the color, do you see it? Oh my goodness. At the recommendation of Paul, we went with Pull Me Over Red. Let's take a look. So there she is in all of her new glory, man. Boy, she looks phenomenal. That color just pops. I'm not lying. That thing, I hope the camera is doing it justice, but that bright red, this is the same color we painted that white Mustang GT. I don't know if you guys remember it, but it was a $400, like 97 or 98 Mustang GT. We did it the exact same color, and I loved it so much. When Paul said, we got to do this one the same color, I couldn't argue it, man. So what did it cost to get it done? $600. We probably went over that earlier in the video, but $600. Now, is it 100% perfect? Is it a show quality car? Well, no, it's not, man. It's a cheap paint job that simply took an old, raggedy looking car and made it look a little bit, well, in my opinion, it made it look a lot better. I think it gave the car a whole new presence. It gave it a new lease on life, man. We took something that didn't run, didn't drive, we spent a little bit of money on it, and we turned it into something that is decent, something you could be proud to drive. Now, it's not finished, of course. This piece fell off, but it is inside the car. No big deal. We'll pop the hood real quick since it's already open. She's sitting here purring like a kitten. In case you guys didn't know, she's been sitting here running. Look at that. That 5.0 liter purring like a kitten, doesn't leak a drop of anything. What a great old car. We got that brand new battery that we just put in. Starts up no problem. Runs absolutely perfect. You can't fault it, man. Oops. Well, doesn't that figure? I fixed it. The hood latch was pulled out. I had to push it back in a little bit. And there she's good to go. The only thing it really needs now is a set of tires. These tires have, well, as you can see, these tires have seen better days. They're definitely not in the best of shape. And this window tint is absolutely horrible with all of that bubbling going on. It would almost look better if you just pulled the window tint off completely. It's turned purple. And this, all of this trim, that would be nice if it was a nice fresh black. Maaco could have done that. I opted not to, though. You know, I'm cheap. I don't want to spend any more money than I got to on this thing. Why don't we climb in and let's get it over there and get it on the trailer. First thing we're going to do is turn off the e-brake. I don't trust this car after it ran me over. I don't trust it again. Here's that piece that came off right there. Yeah, I set the e-brake every single time on this car. Forgive me. car, but I don't, yeah, I don't trust you. No offense, but I don't want to get run over again. Let's see if we can get out of here and get on this trailer without somebody trying to first run us over. This car is not the easiest to get on the trailer. I think we're centered up. Just to be sure, I'm going to get out and take a quick peek. We'll get her loaded up. Let the fun begin. And you get all these people that come up behind you and they act like they're confused. You know, they don't see what you're doing, and it's like I'm an inconvenience to them. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if I'm inconveniencing you in any way, shape, or form while I load up my car. Damn, son! Golly. All right, let's set that e-brake. I think I'm a little too far over, to be honest with you, but we'll see. You know what? I'm gonna say that is good enough. All right, there she is. We got her strapped down. She's ready to go. She looks good on that trailer too, man. Boy, she does. God dang, that color, man, it just pops. It really does. This is probably one of my favorite colors that I've ever had Maaco paint a car. All right, she's strapped down. The trailer is secured. I've checked my tires, I've checked my coupler, my chains, my straps, everything. She's good to go. We got, of course, the poor Ram TRX over here, man. She's, I don't think anybody uses their TRX as a work truck like I do. I put this truck through hell. It is always grinding, man. This truck is always putting in work. And so far, she has been a great truck. We got almost 10,000 miles on this truck, and I've only had it, what, a couple of months? Yeah, we're sitting at, let's turn that music down a little bit there. Some good music, though. We're sitting at 9,670 miles. We're going to definitely need to put this bad boy in tow mode. Drive modes and tow. There we go. She's happy now. I guess it's time to get on the road and get down to AR headquarters where we can drop this thing off and get it ready to send to auction. Well, we made it back to AR headquarters and the Cougar survived the journey. Hopefully we don't get stuck. The grass is really soft from all this rain that we've had. You can see my trailer has already dug in pretty good, and these tires are old, they're hard, and I am concerned that we're going to end up getting stuck in this yard. Look at what we got, man. This just came back from Maaco as well, the Chevy Citation, and she looks good. Unfortunately, I'm not doing anything with it, so it's just sitting here. This car, I had such high hopes for this. So many of you were interested in the 335. I had it up for auction. I let everybody know. I included the link, and you know what it went for? Go ahead and guess right now. Go ahead and guess. Ready? The 2008 335 sold for $4 grand. The winning bid was actually $3,700, and I had to tell Copart, which is, it doesn't happen often, but I told Copart, I was like, there's no way. There's no way I'm going to let this car go for $3,700. It's not going to happen. So they were able to talk the bidder up to $4,000, and quite honestly, for as nice as this thing is, $4,000 for a sub 100,000 mile 335, absolutely insane. I'm waiting on the title for the Subi. Not to worry, we're going to be giving the Subaru away, but I'm waiting for the title to show up for that. The Corvette, I'm actually waiting on the title for this as well. I'm supposed to go meet Greg today, and hopefully we can get that title squared away. I don't want to get rid of this car. I really don't. I think it's a beautiful... I don't know, some of you are going to disagree. A lot of people throw shade at the C4. They don't like them. I love the C4. I think it's a beautiful car. And if I didn't need the money, I probably wouldn't sell it. In fact, I'm going to consider not selling it. And then there's this bad boy right here. I don't even know what to say about it. SEMA built, race skins, pro charged, and I just ordered a set of springs for it, guys, for the next video. I'm going to change out the springs. Instead of lowering it, we're actually going to raise it up a bit. So can you guess what happened? I got onto AmericanMuscle.com, which is my favorite go-to place for these Mustang parts, and I ordered a set of Roush lowering springs. Now, don't let the name fool you. Lowering springs, okay? The lowering springs that I purchased only lower a stock Mustang by ½ inch. It gives it a nicer stance, I think, but it still gives you that comfortable ride quality that you want in a car that you're going to be daily driving. Well, I just climbed under here. Those Roush springs were $300. I just climbed under here and I started looking at the current setup. Coilovers. Yeah, coilovers. No joke. It's got coilovers front and back. Adjustable coilovers. Now, I don't have the tool, and I don't even know where you would get the tool to adjust those coilovers. It's also got QA1 shocks on the back. You guys know QA1 parts are not cheap. So we're gonna retain most of the stuff under this car that was put on by Race Skins and from Steeda. We're going to hold on to most of that stuff, but I am now trying to decide if I need to try to find that adjuster tool so that I can adjust the ride height myself, or if we should just go with a one-size-fits-all, throw the Roush springs on and call it a day, because honestly, the car looks sick, but the front end is sitting way too low to get it into my shop, and for sure we're going to damage that spoiler. So this is where these projects get a little bit rough for me, right? I did put this side marker little trim piece back on here. Of course, I'm going to have to use some epoxy to hold it on, or it will just fall right back off, as you can clearly see. But yeah, stay right there. At least you can see that it's there and it looks pretty good. This is where I run into a problem with these cheap cars, though, because cheap cars are great. The problem is they don't stay cheap long as you start putting money into them. Of course, we paid almost nothing for the car. The car was like, I don't know, $400 or $500, something like that. It may have been even less. I honestly don't remember. But the paint job just cost us $600. Now, it needs a set of tires, which is probably going to cost what? Another $250? Probably about $250 for a set of 4 tires. Then we got to pay to have the tires installed. You know, that's going to cost money too. The battery, I'm pretty sure the battery probably costs like $75, $80 as well. We need to take care of these headlights, of course. They're dingy. That looks horrible. It'd be nice to have those all cleaned up and bright and shining again. And then we have the window regulators that have gone bad. Those need to be replaced as well. And of course, as I said earlier, this window tint is bubbling and peeling, and it looks really, really bad. So the window tint needs to be done as well. So here's the problem. You take a car that didn't cost you hardly anything, and then you spend probably close to $1,500 trying to put it back together and make it into a nice car. And then obviously I need to sell it. I can't keep it, right? So we sell the car. What's it going to sell for? $1,200? $1,500? You know what I mean? It's difficult to decide where we should stop on some of these projects, but I'll be quite honest with you right now. I'm thinking this is probably the place to stop. It looks good. We got it running. We got the aesthetics taken care of for the most part. We might be able to turn a small profit on this, and the next person can get a car for a little bit cheaper that's already had a lot of stuff taken care of on it, and they can continue where we left off. I'll drop your comments below and tell me what you think, but we're going to get this car off the trailer right now. If it looks like the car is sitting crooked, it's because the trailer is very, very crooked in this grass. And if I had just forgotten what I literally almost forgot to pull that pin, we would have drove this thing right off the back. I'm going to take this piece off. I will reattach this with some epoxy. Let's get her did. Fires right up. Sure wish I could roll these windows down though. E-brake. All right. Let's see what happens. Okay. Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. Oh, man. And so far, we're not stuck. That's a big deal. There we go. So towards the end of the video, I like showing off the cars because I get a lot of people asking, what happened to this car? What happened to this car? What happened to that car? Do you still have it? We still have the Camaro. And unfortunately, yes, we still have the BMW 740. I just don't know what to do with this car, truthfully. Comment below, I guess, if you want to see me try to get it running. Personally, I don't see the value in it. And sadly, the Chevy Lumina, probably one of the best and most reliable cars next to the Cougar, I would say, sitting out here. And here it is. That's definitely going to be a giveaway. We're not going to talk about the diesel Mercedes. We're not going to talk about that at all. And then, of course, under the tarp, boy, I just had a gentleman in a semi-truck ask if I still had my Roadster. He just pulled up and said, "You still got that Roadster?" And I had to tell him, I don't have any cars for sale. Like, none of these cars are for sale. And, you know, with that, I expected him to be like, "Oh, okay, you know, have a nice day." But he didn't. He said, "Well, you got them all lined up out here like a car lot." To which I replied, "Where else am I supposed to park them? I mean, it's my house, right? I don't know. And I don't have them all parked like a car lot. Let me tell you something. I had a car lot. And if this was a car lot, I would not have all the cars facing the wrong direction. All right? The majority of these cars are facing the house. There are no for sale signs, nothing. If these cars were for sale, I'd have them moved out closer to the road where people could see them as soon as they came by. I would maybe put a little writing on the windshield, you know, in marker, $29.95, $19.95, something like that, you know, prices. You know, and I understand, I do. With all these cars out here, I understand people are going to stop by and they're going to think that there's a car lot here. I get it. But, you know, when I tell you they're not for sale, don't get mad about it. You know, there ain't no reason to have an attitude about it. Go about your day. Have a nice day. And the airport tug. And the Mercury Cougar. And I think we've got at least one more in the shop. All right, what do we got left in here? You know, I may have damaged my lift. I hope that I didn't. But my truck, I had to put, the reason the lift is up like this is I had to put my TRX in here and it wouldn't fit on the lift. It's too wide to fit on the lift. So I lifted the lift all the way up and parked it under here. I went home, I started heading home, and I saw some young people that were in a jam. They missed a turn and drove straight into an embankment off the road. I called Maaco from Santa's Workshop. He came out. We loaded up the truck, the trailer, and we went and helped them. We rescued them from the side of the road and took their car back to their house and dropped it off absolutely free of charge. Of course, didn't charge them for it. But as I was backing out, because it was kind of a scary, it was middle of the night, it was like 1 in the morning, and these folks were, these were 20-something, you know, young kids, probably had a little bit to drink or something. And I was kind of in a hurry to get out there. Well, my mirror on my TRX caught this hose. And when it did, I started backing up, and it just, next thing I knew, man, I had a puddle of hydraulic oil all over the floor. I'm really hopeful that my lift isn't damaged. But anyway, here is that 1985 Honda Accord. It is still here. It is not gone yet. But I wanted to show you guys, yes, we still have it, the 60,000 mile beautiful, well, I say beautiful. I see these cars as beautiful. I don't look at them and see the hail damage. I look at them and I see just a good old car that survived against all odds. And then there's this. There's this thing of Monkey Wrench Mike's that, you know, caught on fire. And, boy, we have yet to see if it's going to be savable. I really don't know. Of course, my grandpa's moped, thank you to all of you that sent links where I could get parts. There is one thing that I'm having a hard time finding, and if you find one, please, 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 please send me a link to it. And that is the throttle cable for this car. I'm going to show you what I've got here, because I did find one. It said it's for this bike. From what I understand, this is a 1994 Jawa Babetta 210 or a Jawa Sport 210 single speed, and the throttle cable is completely junk on it. There we go. It took a minute. This is the new Sony. I don't know if you guys noticed, but halfway through the video, I switched cameras, and now I'm using the new Sony ZV-1F. And I really like this camera, but hopefully the video and audio quality is coming out. It's just going to take me a little time to get used to it. So it has this little T-bar on the end, right? And then, focus is a little slow, isn't it? On the other end, let's see if it'll focus again. There we go. Sort of. On the other end, it's just this little, like, nub. All right, well, from what I could see when I took this one apart, it looks like that nub actually slides in to here, right? All right, slides into there. And then this end should go into the carburetor, into the throttle part of the carburetor. It doesn't fit, and I'm going to show you the original one. Maybe where is the original one? Maybe I'm doing something wrong here, and you can see what was wrong with this one. This one was bent. I mean, it's cockeyed, it's kinked, it's all... There we go. I'm going to have to check to see if there's a firmware update or something I can change on the focus, but obviously this cable is in pretty rough shape. And as you can see, it's got like, there's nothing there. So you just stick it into the handle to adjust your throttle. And then on the other end, oops, I just dropped a piece. But here's the other end right here. Got your little spring, and this side, let me take it out and I'll show you what resides on the inside of this. All right, that little ball right there, come on, focus. That little ball is what we're dealing with right there. So it does not have a T-bar on it. It's got just this bizarre little nub on the end. I don't know. I don't see a part number, so unfortunately, yeah, there's not much I can do with the one that I got. But if you can help me to possibly find the correct one, it would be greatly appreciated. I guess with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get out of here. Do me a favor, comment on the video and tell me if the video quality was good enough for you, if it worked out okay. Obviously, I've had problems with GoPro since the beginning of GoPros. I've had all of them, and I've had the same problems with them all. So every year, new technology comes out, new cameras come out. Every year, I spend a ridiculous amount of money buying all the latest stuff, and I try it out, and usually within 3 days, I realize it's not going to work for my needs, and I send it back, unfortunately. But this year, Sony came out with the ZV-1F, and this camera so far is checking all of the boxes for me. With the Rode mic, the audio seems to be doing okay. The video seems to be great, 4K 30. I'm recording in 8-bit 4220. 420. For a little $499 camera, truthfully, it's not bad. 20 millimeter, it's a prime lens, and it's I think it's got an f2.0. I mean, this thing it gives you a nice background, you know, not totally out of focus. And look, I could push this button right here. Watch this. Look at that. Clear and defocus. So I can give you that professional look right with the push of a button. Of course, it's all artificial, but the biggest problem I'm having is the focus, man. It seems to be doing all right now. It's got contrast focus, but it's definitely fixated on my eye when I take my hand away. So it's doing all right. Just tell me what you guys think. I try to provide you with good quality video footage and audio footage. It's very important to me that the video and audio are good for you folks. So thank you all so much for watching. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you're not currently subscribed. Remember, we've got giveaways going on actively, so you're going to want to be subscribed to the channel, and you're going to want to follow me on Instagram. The link to my Instagram account is down below, and be sure to click on the giveaway videos when they come out with the details and everything, how to enter to win. Until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.